Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Surveying Class Part 2. So yesterday we have discussed the general classification regarding based on the instrument. So second is functional classification of survey. Control survey, it is the first one. So it is established to find the horizontal and vertical position by the geodetic survey. We have studied what is geodetic surveying. It is considering the curvature of the earth, and regarding plumb bob yesterday we have discussed yesterday. So this is to establish horizontal and vertical positions by the geodetic surveying, and it is done by Survey of India. It is the most important question. Every time it will be asked as MCQ. Control this is done by which organization? It is Survey of India. Second is topographical survey. As yesterday I told you, whenever you are talking about topography, you have to think about this figure. So you will understand, okay, rivers, hills, rail, road, canal, everything will be coming under this topographical survey. Okay. Next is the cadastral survey. Whenever you're talking about cadastral, just directly think about boundaries, properties. So in the MCQ question, whenever these two words are there, boundaries and properties, you can directly choose the answer as cadastral survey. And it is done by revenue engineer. Next survey is engineering survey. Whenever to design of any project, design of road, design of railway, whatever they are asking of the design of wastewater plant, whatever the design word is there, it is obviously engineering survey. We will be discussing some MCQ questions. At that time, you will understand what is the relevance of these words in the question. Next is mine survey. Whatever things are underground, borehole, shad, pits, mines, everything which is related with the mine survey. Next one is hydrographic survey. That is the function which is working out related with water. It will be maritime hydrographical survey. Astronomical survey. What all things related with the heavenly object, their latitude, longitude, that position, everything related is our astronomical survey. Next is geological survey. It will concentrate with the different strata of the earth. Next is the land survey. It is simply the survey of land. So these are the functional classifications of survey. Next is principle of surveying. This is the most important question. Most question they will be asking, which is the first principle of survey. It is work from whole to part. Suppose this is our area to be surveyed. If I'm doing for all this, if I'm considering this area as a whole part and I'm doing the survey, my chance of error is high. But if I'm dividing this part into different triangles, small areas, if I'm dividing, my chance of getting the error, okay, if I'm taking one whole area, large error will be. But if I'm taking small areas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm dividing and I'm taking into 7 parts, so each area will be having a smaller part of error only. And for this only, and for not accumulating, so to localize the error. This is the main important function, to localize the error. To localize error means to minimize the error, and also for stopping the accumulation. Stopping accumulation. Accumulation means a larger error. Accumulation of error. We are using this working from whole to part. Second is a location of a point with the reference of two independent points. If I'm standing here, so if I wanted to say somebody that, okay, I'm standing here. So if there is a building nearby and if there is a river nearby, whatever, I can say that, okay, I'm this much distance from this. am this much distant from this river also. So I am referring to any 2 points to determine my location. So for this is also the main principles of surveying. Location of a point with the reference of two independent points. That is also the major principle of survey. Next is scales. Scales means, what is actually scale? Scale is called as the distance on map divided by the distance on the ground. If this is my larger area, this is suppose I want to draw a 2-meter line, same way in my paper, but I cannot draw 2-meter line inside my paper because it is also so small. So I have to convert this into scale, and I will draw a particular distance on my paper. That is my distance on map, and corresponding distance is there on my, this is the distance on ground, and this is my distance on the map. So this will be smaller, that you people know. Suppose if I am saying you, as I said 2 meter, if I am drawing this as 2 centimeter, my original 2 meter on the ground, if I am drawing as 2 centimeter on the paper, so it will be what scale? Distance on map, that is 2 centimeter, by distance on paper is 2 meter. But you have to look one thing, this unit should be same. So this centimeter I have to convert into meter. So this will be what? 2 centimeter divided by 2 meter. How many centimeters? 2 meter, 2 into 100. So this and this will get cancelled, and I got my scale as 1 by 100. So whenever if I am representing any value as centimeter is to centimeter ratio, that means it does not have a unit. That type of ratio we can call it as representative fraction. This is actually the representative fraction. So this is 1 is to 100. One thing you have to think. So 1 is to 100. If I am writing 1 is to 1000 for another, any other thing, 1 is to 100. So here what is happening? My scale is so small here. This representative fraction is what? It is high compared to this, because I know this 1 by 1000 means what? Denominator is larger. It means that this ratio or representative fraction is so small. So in which case the representative fraction is smaller means this lesser value, because my denominator larger value will be actually the lesser value. That you should understand. 1 is to 100 and 1 is to 1000. So which is the lesser representative fraction? This. And which is the higher one? Okay. Types of scale. So different types of scales are there. First one is the plane scale, which is a 2-dimensional scale, and in that meter and decimeter is represented in that scale. Only meter and decimeter is there. Second is a diagonal scale. Every time this type of any one question will come to you, which is a 2-dimensional scale, which represent a meter and decimeter only. Like this, any question can come. So you can understand the plane scale, which is represented for a 3-dimensional scale. It is diagonal scale. Second is comparative scale. Comparative scale means it have a common representative fraction. We can read as per our measurement, in which quantity we want it, in which we will get it. Chord scale. Chord scale means we have to set out this for measuring angles. Actually, this is a rectangular type of box, and in which protractor is kept there. 0 to 360-degree graduations will be there. Last is our vernier scale. Vernier scale is mostly used nowadays because it is a very fractional part of the smallest division. It is the very fractional part. So there are two types of vernier scale is there: primary or main scale. Primary or main scale. This is the main scale, and second is the small scale or vernier scale. Like this, two scales are kept there. Okay. So based on these. So two scales are there. So based on this only we will consider two types of verniers, that is direct vernier and retrograde vernier. So in retrograde vernier, the main scale division is larger. The distance will be larger than the vernier. It is so small. The distance is so small in vernier, and main scale is larger. This type of vernier is called the direct vernier. In case of retrograde vernier, the main scale have the smallest division and the vernier scale having the greater division. So this is the difference between main scale, direct vernier and retrograde vernier. This is also main and important question. And obviously, many questions will be asking regarding least count. Least count means every time we will concentrate on the main scale one division. What is the value of the main scale one division? That we will consider. Any number, if it is a small value, we will take that. Okay, each division of main scale divided by number of division on vernier. These two are correlated. Smallest division on the main scale divided by how many divisions are there on the vernier. That will be our least count. That is the vernier scale. Next, we can do a question related to this. If 10 division of vernier scale are equal to 9 division of main scale, each division of main scale is 0.1, what is the least count? We don't want to consider more of the things. Okay, we will consider related with our equation only. What is least count? You know that what is least count. Now the smallest division on the main scale divided by the number of division. Now just now only we have studied number of divisions on vernier. What is the smallest division on the main scale? They have given it as 0.1 divided number of divisions on vernier. What is the number of division? 10 division on vernier. So 0.1 divided by 10. So what is the answer? 0.1 divided by 10. We know that as one division is there, we will move towards the point here. So our answer will be 0.01. Simple question. Same with this also. If 10 division of vernier are equal to 11 parts of main scale of each 0.1. So only we have to consider this. So many things are given to make us confused only. So we don't want to consider that. Main scale, each division is 0.1. So this is 0.1 divided by what is the number of divisions on vernier? 10. Only choose that what we need. Other things just ignore. 0.1 divided by 10, so it will be 0.0. Again, you got the answer C. So thank you for watching my channel and thank you for subscribing and liking it. So we will be coming with the balance of this video that is related with true length and the related problems, then related with field book, stringage factor problem, then several MCQ questions, previous questions, and also some extra questions. Everything will be dealing with in our next videos. So the next coming up video will contain all this. So thank you for watching. If you want to watch this video, please click the bell icon nearby, the subscription after subscribing my channel. Thank you very much.